welcome back to my channel. I am Heather the Confetti Stitcher, and got my coffee this morning. This is not a regular update. You'll see this intro twice because this is actually towards the end of the video. I'm filming today on the 7th of August, but I wanted to let you guys know that my channel is going to be changing a little bit. Starting in February, because if you followed my channel for a while, you know that we have been going through infertility, and I'm happy to finally share with you guys that it worked. Sorry I'm being a little quiet. My husband is sleeping in the other room, but yeah, so we are due February 6th. It took well over a year of fertility treatments. If you want to know kind of what the process was like, I do have Stitch With Me's where I talk about kind of the major steps that we went through. But this one was our third embryo that we tried putting back in. We have no idea what it is. We're going to keep the surprise for as long as we can. Hopefully up till birth, but we'll see. I know I'm probably going to end up looking at every ultrasound trying to figure it out, but so yeah, no clue what we're having. We have no names picked out. We are currently, as of tomorrow, we will be starting our second trimester, which is at 14 weeks. We did announce finally our anniversary was on the 3rd, and we were in Arizona at the time. But we did decide to choose that day to kind of tell everybody on Facebook. Our families and stuff already knew, but so sorry you guys are kind of the last to know, but I didn't film during Arizona, so you guys get to find out now. But yeah, so my channel's going to be changing just because I don't know how much stitchy time I'm going to get. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat all day. Yeah, so I'm not sure how much stitchy time it's really going to be up in the air, but I'm going to try to get all 3 pieces done, my big pieces I'm doing now, before then. I don't think it's going to happen, but the later 2 I don't actually need until April. One of them I should get by February, but basically we're having the baby, and then if it comes on time, then 3 weeks later we will be in Mexico. We will be leaving the baby at home. A little hard to get a passport in 3 weeks, but it'll be staying with grandma because I am in my cousin's wedding, so can't really back out of that, even though she said she totally understood if we wanted to, but I also don't want to. We haven't had a major vacation in years, so kind of bad timing, but that's fine. But one of the pieces is for her wedding, but I also told her that trying to, well, she doesn't know what her present is, I'm sure she can guess, but trying to cart that to Mexico just to have her try to bring it back doesn't make any sense. So we are going to be going to Colorado for my sister's wedding in April, so I told her I'd just bring it to her then, which of course she's totally fine with. If I can get hers done before October, we will be out there for our baby shower. And so I would be able to give it to her then, like wrapped and stuff, and then she could just unwrap it later, but that's some very high goals I'd be setting for myself, so I think aim for that if I can, but really need to get George done first, and we'll see how that goes. Actually, you guys will see how that's going with the rest of these clips. So yeah, so nothing's going to change other than the fact that obviously I will probably not have as much stitchy time as I have now. But we are really excited. I'm still a little nervous, but it's it feels a little more real now. But it's been super easy so far. The only thing I really had is like being really tired. I had a little bit of nausea for like 2 weeks, but honestly, I haven't even thrown up, so I'm kind of used to it, to be honest, with all the motion sickness I get. And I've obviously had these meds pumped into my system for like half a year, so I think my body's gotten used to it. But they say the second trimester is even better than the first, so I guess we'll see. Yeah, so the reason I haven't been getting a ton of stitching done is just being really tired. But now I'm glad I can finally share with you guys why. Since we lost the first two, we were still very hesitant about announcing before we were ready. But now we're in a good spot. These ultrasounds were taken a week ago. And we're finally at the point where we're not doing ultrasounds every week. My next appointment's not for another 3, so we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I think that's all I have to share with you guys. So on to the regular video where you're gonna see another intro, but thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for all of the comments that you guys have been so nice throughout the whole process, those of you that have watched my Stitch With Me's. And yeah, big changes will be coming soon. So I'm going to go start stitching and hopefully trying to get the the row finished today. I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. But I will see you guys all last week, apparently. Or actually, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, so I'll see you then. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Heather the Confetti Stitcher, and we are starting off a new vlog series. So currently we are about halfway through one of the Magical Stitches yearly events, which is the cabin, which is 2,000 stitches on any project you want. So we are stitching George again this week. Shocker, I know if you've been with me for a while. But today we actually have a little bit of a different project. Excuse my coffee in the background. We are going to be doing some cricket cutting today because if you've been watching my channel, you know that we have been building our catio for a little while. And above the door, we have this big gap because we want to put a sign. So we got this piece of wood from Joann's, and I am going to use my Cricut to cut out some vinyl, some permanent vinyl that will hopefully stick to it. And then, excuse me, my husband is going to, once I get it all on there and situated, he is going to go through and shellac it or seal the whole thing. I don't like doing that, so. So anyway, today we are going to be figuring out what color we want to do. My husband already decided the thing he wanted. I'm not actually sure what I have in my vinyl collection, and I don't really want to go buy more, so we are just going to kind of stash shop and see what we have that's permanent. Because I also don't know, like I have a bunch of iron-on, I have a bunch of removable and a lot of permanent, so I'll just have to go through all of my stash and see what we have to work with. So I'm gonna work on that today. I'm gonna come through as I do the process. I can't film the whole thing because my Cricut design studio is on my phone and I use my phone to film, but I'll come through and like throughout the process and show you guys kind of what I'm working on. Then that should be done in a couple hours, hopefully at the most. Sorry if you hear buzzing, there's a fly going around. My kitties are being totally lazy and not doing their jobs. Yes, you. And then we're going to hopefully have time to stitch tonight. So I will show you our starting point on George, which is page 71. Yes, 71 out of 100. and we should hit quite a few milestones this video, or this vlog, I'm guessing, because we're currently at like 89.03%, so we'll hit 90%. We should hit under like the 20,000 stitch mark, I'm hoping, because we're currently sitting at like 24,000 something stitches, I think. And for sure we'll hit some page finishes. So I hope you guys want to stick with me. If you're new, George is a project I'm working on, a huge project that's George Washington crossing the Delaware that I'm stitching one piece of out of 112. So my piece is like all clouds, pretty much. And we were given 5 years to do it, and 5 years will be this February. So I'm trying to get it done ASAP. I'm hoping to get it done before September, but school is starting and I'm taking a little mini vacation at the beginning of August. So we'll see how much actually gets done, but it will get done this year in the next few months. But hopefully you guys don't find it too boring. I do film every day, so hopefully you can not get too bored, and I just film a little clip every day showing my progress. So if you're new and you want to subscribe, feel free to hit the subscribe button. And if you've been with me for a while, thanks for coming back, and I will see you all in a little bit when I get some designs made. So I ended up not having any transfer tape, so I have to go to the store and get some, but I'm not feeling it right now, so we are going to start stitching. And here's our starting point. So we are on the very last bit of George. Obviously we'll still take some time, but we'll see if we can get at least one page finished today. And I will check in with you all tomorrow to see if we did. Hey everybody, good morning. Got my coffee. It's not even morning anymore, it's noon. I don't care. It's Saturday, it's the 17th, and I didn't get a lot of progress last night. We ended up, so I went to Joann's, I got the transfer tape. I didn't realize there was different strengths, and I got strong on accident, and so I like royally messed up the sign. I was able to peel it all off, I was able to piece it all together, but it wasn't perfectly straight, and so my husband offered to redo it. He started to redo it, but he doesn't know how to use the Cricut, so I was like, whatever, I'll just do it again. It's not that hard, so ripped it all off, did it all again. The second part didn't take me long at all, and then instead of going to get more transfer tape, I just used Scotch tape because I don't care. So I'll show you that later on today, because we still need to mount it onto the catio itself, but we also need to work on the shelves because I took so long doing the sign, trying to peel it off of that strong freaking adhesive, that my husband started cutting all the wood and stuff himself to put up the shelves. So obviously we didn't get much done because there's only so much he can do single-handedly. So that being said, I'm not on my stitchy group today because I don't know when he wants to start working on the catio again. So I'm just sitting here having my coffee, watching some YouTube, and yeah, so I put in like 415 stitches, I think, last night. Enough to finish out the thread for the 414. So the one page of 414 is done, plus a fair amount of the next page. And I will get a page finished today, though, because once the catio is done, I am totally sitting down and focusing. Excuse me. My order from 123 Stitch finally comes today. My just cross stitch Halloween issue, which they did have at Joann's, but since I already bought it, but it was, for some reason it was sent from Texas, so I'm guessing 123 got it from the distributor and just had the distributor send it out instead of sending it themselves, because usually I get their packages in like 2 or 3 days. But it's been like a week. So I'm kind of upset about that, but because I wanted it earlier so I could do a flip through, which I still might do, but Danielle Stitcherista already posted one. So we'll see. And yeah, so I'm just going to wait for that to come, stitch a little bit, work on the catio, hopefully finish the catio at least as much as we can do right now, because the shelves is kind of the last thing other than like staining it and stuff, but that's not even really an issue. So let's see what we did. And if you noticed in the background, I had the orange candle behind my head. I got Goose Creek has really good sales, and their candles are amazing. They had a buy 3 get 4 free sale, so I bought one, and the one I have going right now is orange creamsicle, and holy crap, it smells really good. I normally don't like sweet stuff, but anyway, here's my progress. So the page ends right there where those 3 stitches are. So I'm gonna work on that today. I have 3 more colors to go to finish that page out, and one of those colors is only like 4 stitches and doesn't continue in the next page as far as I can see. So we should get quite a bit done, I'm hoping. So we're gonna get some lunch / breakfast, I think, and I will see you all tomorrow. Hey guys, so this is the finished for now catio. So we've had this tunnel built for a while. This one we kind of just cobbled together really quick using some old wood. And we have a few shelves. Someone's figured out how to get to the top. The other one hasn't quite figured it out yet. So we were gonna hang that sign up there. Buddy, that's not how you get up on the shelves, baby. You gotta jump. Yes, you're so cute. But it's too tall, so it was blocking the door. So we decided to just put some fencing there and hang the sign right here instead, which is fine because like my house is like literally right there. So anyway, it looks good. It's together. I don't have to deal with it for a while, and the only thing we have left to do is to put some shellac or something on there to make sure that the words don't fall off. But I'm gonna go teach him how to go up, and I will see you all later. Hey everybody, welcome back. It is Sunday the 18th. It's already like 4:30, and we're going to start stitching for the day. We had a birthday celebration thing to go to earlier, so didn't get a lot of progress yesterday. I ended up not being able to actually start stitching until about 9, and so I put in 380, I think. So my goal today is going to finish the page that I've been trying to finish for the last 3 days, and to hopefully finish out the 2,000 that I've been meaning to. I think I have like 500 stitches left to do that, but I'll add it up and see. But we did finish, what color? 169 yesterday, I think. So we only have, or we finished 169 and 160, so I only, no, it wasn't one, was it? It's either 169 or 414, one of the grays. So we're gonna start with 334 today, and I did carry quite a bit into the next page, so I don't have too much left. So I might be able to finish that second page tomorrow. But we only have the 1 color left on this page, and then we'll finally have started. So here is where we're looking at. Right about here is the second page. Sorry. So yeah, it's getting there. It's going to be a lot easier once we get into this section over here, but I also need to do my nails again. But it's coming along. So I'm gonna start that and hopefully get a lot of progress today. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Monday the 19th. It is 2:30 and I did have to work most of the day, but I'm finally able to sit down and stitch, and I'm happy to say that I finished up the 672 stitches I needed to finish out the cabin, which means that we not only finished page 71, but we also finished page 72 and got a good start on 73. We're still working on finishing out the 414 on that page, but that is, the 414 is like pretty much half of all the stitches we have left is in that one color, so it's gonna be a lot. The 414 takes up a lot of this set of pages and a good chunk of the next set as well. Yeah, so let's see what we did. So today we are going to be working here. If I can get another page finished today, that'd be awesome. I'm getting back in the groove of it a little bit more, I think, so. But instead of doing a cabin, we are going to start the monthly, I think, homework it is. It's 2,000 stitches on whatever project you want. So basically the same as the cabins, but in this case, it's the rest of the monthly, because they didn't do the monsters this month because we're kind of on a break at Magical Stitches this month, because we're recruiting new members to our teams. So we'll see how far we can get, and I will check in with you all tomorrow. And the 414 crate like comes into the hat and goes a lot down there. But it's most of this, a lot of this part, and a lot of this part. So pretty much where all the denser blue is where the 414 is gonna go in. So yeah, I'll check in with you all later. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Tuesday the 20th. It's 3:30 and I'm finally sitting down to stitch today. I put in 744 stitches yesterday, which might be the most I've gotten in on him. But I got in a really good stitchy session, I guess, and I really wanted to finish out that page. So we're currently working on page 74, which we should also finish today because there's really not too much left, but we're getting to those more wide open pages. So we should also, I'm going to really try to finish out the whole fix patch thing that I really want to get it done so I can see what it looks like and see if I need to make any adjustments. So I'm going to try to work on that today as well, which is on page 75. But the next color is 414, and that's going to fill in a lot of that gap. But there's a couple of colors in there that I don't think are anywhere else on the page. So once I finish the 414, I'll kind of get a feel for where I'm going to go next. But here is what it's looking like. So I'm hoping I can get into another group today and see what that's looking like. So you can see the hole is still very noticeable, but I'm hoping that this will get filled in quite a bit and look not so crazy. But we will see what happens. This isn't the hole over here, it's literally just in this spot, which I'm pretty sure is all the 414. But first we gotta fill in all of this. I need to tuck that in. Yeah, I'm really happy with my progress yesterday. Hopefully I can keep it up today, and I will check in with you all tomorrow. Hey guys, welcome back. It is almost 3 o'clock on Wednesday the 21st, and it is time to start stitching. I only got in like 300 and something yesterday, like 340 I think. Even though I had most of the day, a lot of it was, sorry, I was just moving it, was spent working on finishing that page, but also working on the whole. I tried to look at it in like flashlight and normal light just to try to get it as realistic looking, or I guess not realistic, but as unnoticeable as possible. So we're still doing the 414. However, I did break it up a little bit once I got to the hole to do those couple of colors. One of the colors was only in the hole, so went ahead and filled those in, and then threaded the 414 back so I can work on the rest of the page, of the next page. So we're currently working on page 75. We did reach our 90% point, and I'm not quite sure where we're at. Give me 1 second. We might possibly, probably not today, but tomorrow, hit under 30,000 stitches, but we'll see. But I did finally get underneath the 10,000 mark for the 414. So still a lot of them left, but it feels good to get past that 10,000. So let's see what we did. So I know it doesn't look great. I need to work on this a little bit. Oh, sorry. This bit a little bit more. This one stitch is really annoying, but I'm pretty sure that's exactly where the hole was. So just work some more with the snag nabbit to try to, it doesn't look as bad in person, but just to try to get that fixed a little bit. But as a whole, I mean, once everything else is put in, I don't think you'll be able to tell. But this is where we're at, and I'm just gonna work some more today, and if I can get another page finished, great, but there's a lot to do on this page, so it probably won't happen. But I'll check in with you tomorrow and let you know. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Thursday the 22nd. It's almost 1 o'clock. Really? Almost 1 o'clock. And I put in 550 stitches yesterday, and I'm planning on putting in a lot more today. We did not get a page finish. There was just way too much of the 414. But we will get one today, and we're getting to play with some colors we haven't played with in a while. So putting in some dark grays like 317 and 3768, I think. And then, yeah, we'll still have 414 a lot in the next page, so we'll see it again. Actually, a lot in the next few pages. I think we have 3 more colors to go on this page, but we'll see. So here's what it's looking like. Now that I've added a lot more of the surrounding stitching, it really makes it harder to see that, where that hole was, at least from the front. From the back you can definitely tell, but it's because it's a super thick mess. Anyway, the page ends like right here, so we'll fill in a lot of this and then we'll just continue on the next page. I have like 300 and something stitches to finish the current 2,000 stitch increment. And then we're going to move on to the, I think the yearly, so we'll do another cabin. But we also got our color and cotton in, so let's open that. They have this like pull tab, but it doesn't work very well. Ooh, that purple's fun. So a lot more muted colors today. But we got thistle. And this is the All Colors July thread pack. Directly from Color and Cotton, because I'm pretty sure you can get it other places. So we got thistle, and this is pretty true to life. It's got those pretty lighter pinks or lighter purples in it. Blue daisy, which is definitely a lot more green. Pear. This one's a little more muted in real life. Peanut. This one's not true. This one is much more brown and not as yellowy. Okay. That's a little truer right there. Still much more brown. And Hayride. And this one is a little bit, same thing, less yellow, more tan, but a very light cream tan. So I'm going to add those to my pile because I still haven't sorted it yet because I suck, but that's okay. And I will check in with you all tomorrow to see how much progress we get. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Friday the 23rd. It's like 1:30 and I don't even know what I was doing all day, but time flew. I watched the new Jeffree Star palette reveal and I'm gonna be broke. Yeah, just doing a lot of household stuff. So yesterday I ended up getting a migraine, so I didn't get a ton of progress. I put in like 400 and something stitches, which did finish out the page, finished out the 2,000 stitch for the monthly tasks, and then started the next cabin. So we're on cabin 7, I think. Yeah, pretty sure it's 7 out of 20. So if I can get that done before the end of the year, finish out the cabins, then I'll be happy. I don't know if I'm going to attempt the other yearlies, but it's really going to depend on what the end of the year looks like, because it's already almost August and school is starting up. So I also got a call. I have to go pick up a prescription, so I'm waiting for that to be filled and for them to give me a call, but I'm kind of wanting to, it should be ready, I think, so I kind of just want to go and see if it is, because I'm going to run to Joann's at the same time. Because I am running out of my own floss for George, because there was that few there, like we were short that many stitches that I have to go and buy new skeins because it's ridiculous at this point. I think I still have, I think I'm gonna be about 5,000 stitches short on the 414, and I'm pretty sure, well, I know I'm almost out of 334, so that's the main one, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to be out of several other colors as well. So I'm going to go through and do a sweep of what colors I think I'm going to need. If I have too much floss, it's really not that big of a deal because I can just put it in my stash and refill my bobbins as I need. So anyway, we got like 60 stitches in on the next, whoops, on the next section, or the next task. So we finished out that page. Unfortunately, the hole is where all these late stitches are, so, but I think it does look a lot better now that all the surrounding stitches have been put in. And so I'm just going to call the hole good and continue on. So we're currently working on page 76. It's not going as quickly because there's a lot more stitching involved, but we have, this is where the original like gap started, was right about here. So we have a lot filled in of the 334. And now we're back to working on 414, which is all but like maybe 15 stitches of this page. So it should go relatively quickly, but we'll see. Like I said, I got the migraine yesterday and I still was having a few of the effects this morning. I think it was because I didn't have my coffee, and if you've ever, not that I drink a lot, I have 1 cup a day, but when you miss it, you start to get a headache, and it just compounded. So I had my coffee this morning and the headache went away, but I think part of it was also sitting in my normal stitchy spot, because I have been sitting there a lot, obviously getting pretty good progress. So I think that's kind of didn't help the headache, and I think it kind of messed up my back a little bit. So that's why we're in the craft room today. I'm going to stitch in here for a little while, hopefully get my posture reset. I have a cushion thing on this chair to help with that, but I need to raise the back of it, like raise the actual back of the chair. So I have to figure out how to do that because I haven't done that in a long time, to help accommodate and realign the lumbar support and stuff. So I'm gonna do that, hopefully get the chair done, then hopefully they will call about my prescription so I can go and get that over with. But in the meantime, I'm going to count up my floss, and we are going on vacation in April. No, not April, August. So not next week, but the week after. So I really want to finish my row before then, because I'm not going to take any stitching with me, simply because it's a short trip and I do have to work on it. I actually have to try to have a Zoom meeting while on the plane, because my husband didn't listen when I said I had meetings these days, and booked the flight for one of the, like right in the middle of one of the meetings. So I had to try to make that work. And since it's so short, it's not really worth taking all the stitching and stuff on the plane. So I am going to take other stuff to do. But yeah, it's our 10-year anniversary, but we're going to Arizona because that's fun in summer. But we're going with my father-in-law and my sister-in-law, and they love to golf. So they'll probably be golfing and I'll probably be hanging out in the hotel. Yeah, like I said, I have stuff to do, so it's not a big issue. But yeah, so that's going to be my goal, is to hopefully finish that page or row of pages. And then when I come back, depending on what timing looks like, I will just use the rest of that time to hopefully get the rest of George done before September. So that would give me like 3 weeks plus the weekend we're gone, because we go from like Monday to like Thursday. So I'll have that weekend plus the rest of August to stitch. I mean, barring work stuff. But we'll see how it goes. That's my goal. I think I can accomplish it, but it's really going to depend on what the beginning of the year looks like, of the school year. So we'll see if I can do it. I don't know how many stitches are left in this row, but I'd say probably about 5,000. I'd say somewhere between 5,000 and 8,000. But I'm curious to see. So anyway, that's all for me. I will check in with you all tomorrow, and we will see how much progress I get. But there is our progress. We're currently working. This was almost totally empty, like these ones are. So I filled in a lot of that. The page ends like here. So these pages have a lot more colors in them because of this like paint stripe thing. So it is taking a lot more to fill in, but we're just gonna work and see how far we get. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Friday the 30th and it is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm about to start stitching for the day, and I put in 600-ish stitches on Wednesday, I think. 300 of which finished out I think it was one of the cabins. And then 300 went to a new cabin, even though it is going to be a new month when I come back. I decided that some stitches were better than no stitches, and so I'll just work to finish that out before I start the monthly and weekly tasks. I think I should have enough time to do the weekly, hopefully, since it's a partial week, I think. Actually, I think it'll be a full week. They'll probably do like a mini event on Sunday, which I will not be participating in. So I should be able to finish that out and still have time to do the weekly and then get started on the monthlies. But I did finish the page and got a little bit into the next page. So here is where we are. I think last time was, well, I knew it was this page, but I think the page started like right about here. So we finished it, got a pretty good start on the next one, and we're going to continue the 414 to finish out this page, but we still have 2 more after that. So I'll probably get 1 more page finish in, but I won't be finishing the row. I think I can get the page finish in. It's, as you can tell, quite a few, but I think the page ends like right about here, so we'll see what we can do. And I have my stitchy group tomorrow. My sister-in-law is not coming in till later, so I should be able to get some pretty good progress. I've been nonstop cleaning the last 2 days, and it's not done yet, but it's as much as I can probably do. But I did get a little bit of stitchy mail, so let's open that up. So 123 Stitch had a sale where all their kits were 50% off, and I fell in love with the colors on this one. So I got a whole lot of latte by Dimensions and went ahead and got some new needles and a star detailer, which will help me on the pieces I'm doing for my cousin and my sister, since I can't do my normal way of starting and stopping. Although I do want to try that out on a future tent project. I don't want to start it in the middle of the projects I'm doing. I use the pin stitch, so I want to try, with tenting, I want to try the diagonal pin stitch, even though it's 28 count over 1. We'll see how it works. But yeah, really happy with the bright colors on this one, and I will see you all later. Hey guys, I am back from vacation. It is Friday the 6th. It's about 4:30 and I'm finally stitching. So as a reminder, I didn't take anything with me on my trip. I did get some progress on work and stuff though, but we are back to work now, pretty much full time. So that's going to mess up my schedule a little bit, my stitching schedule. But I am hoping to make progress. I have, since it's Friday, I have basically 3 days to start and finish the weekly homework, which is 1,000 stitches. So I think I can do it. I don't have any plans this weekend as far as I know, but I think there's more than 1,000 stitches left in this row. So basically just gonna hunker down, stitch as much as I can, and we'll see what I can do. So here's where we're starting at. I did put in like 200 stitches. I just forgot to film it. And I did that on Sunday, I think. Whatever the day after the last day I talked to you was. I was gonna post this video before my trip and then I just totally forgot. Yeah, so I put in like 200 stitches that day, so it does look a little different than the last time you saw it. But I was missing a color, I realized, so I did go to Joann's and pick that up before we left. So I think I should have enough floss to finish, but we shall see. I have a lot of YouTube to catch up on, so I'm going to be doing that. We've been watching a little bit of the Olympics. And yeah, had a really good time. We basically were just at a resort and didn't really leave it other than like meals and stuff. And we celebrated our 10-year anniversary, so we went to an aquarium and butterfly house and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. So no really pictures or anything, but yeah. So I will check in with you guys tomorrow and we will see what we did. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go on my Stitchy Saturday group. I did manage to do that last week, so I'm still recovering from the trip. So I'll do it if I feel like it, but not making any promises. But I will check in with you tomorrow and let you know. Hey guys, welcome back. It is the 11th. It is noon, I think. It's a Saturday, so I am planning on stitching all day. I got 680, I think, stitches last night. Nope, 654. So we did the first homework task, which was stitch on something that you're insane to start. Obviously. And then the second task, which was 500, this one is 500 as well. The second task is stitch on something that's related to a landmark. So obviously George lived at Mount Vernon, and I swear talking is hard. I need to wash my hair because it's, whatever, it's Saturday, I'm not going anywhere. Oh, and my hair, yeah, I'm trying not to wash it as much because it's still bleeding red. The whole trip was me trying to like keep my hair out of the pool, not bleed all over the white towels. But I did want to tell you guys that while we were gone, so like a week before we left, we were informed that there was a lost kitty. And one night we had seen him on our doorbell camera, but that was on like, I think it was 2 Saturdays ago. And when we noticed that there was a lost kitty, it was already like almost a week later. So we had called him up, said, hey, we did see your cat on our doorbell. Just letting you know, here's our address so you know where he's been hanging out. And then they decided that it's apparently an emotional support kitty. And so they actually, I guess what had happened is that the animal shelter picked it up and then dropped it back off like 2 hours later. No idea why. The story is really not long. I know it's kind of in the middle, but and they dropped it off at the bookstore that's like at the strip mall right across the street from us. So we said, we'll keep a lookout, but they decided they were going to go and sleep in their van behind the bookstore in case it came back. So while we were on vacation, I decided to check the doorbell camera again, and it had actually been there the night before, so the night that we left. Like we left the next morning, so that night before. But it doesn't show up until like 1 o'clock in the morning. So we called him up. We said, hey, we did see your cat again. We realized we weren't getting notifications for some reason. Yeah, we said we see him. He kind of has been hanging out on our porch, apparently. We did put treats out there when we saw him the first time to see if he would come back, but the treats disappeared, but he hadn't. So we had like a little local rescue come and put traps down to try to catch him. We caught a possum, but no kitty. And so they said, thank you so much. Do you mind if we come and look around your property? And we're like, we're not home, but that's totally fine. So we called my mother-in-law who was staying here, and we said, hey, just a heads up, if you see a weird van outside, we know who it is. It's okay. So they came looking around, and they actually found him. He had a broken tail and a puncture wound in his back, but apparently they took him to the vet, and he is doing fine. And like all the claws off of his back paws were like ground down, so I don't know what could have caused that, but so it was like 2 weeks. But Hobo Kitty, which is his name, is back home safe. So it was an eventful part of the trip that I forgot to tell you guys about yesterday. But yeah, so happy with my progress last night. I did some calculations, and in order to finish George by my original date, which was, well, my updated date, which was the end of August, I would need to do 700 stitches a day, which I only get on a good day. Like, I'll probably get that today, but like I came close-ish yesterday, but it's not going to happen, especially with school starting. So my new date is whenever I finish, but trying to get as close as I can to the 700. Like I said, I didn't start until 3 last night, and I did get close, so we'll see what it looks like as I get towards the end, but I'm not pushing for that end of August date anymore. But that being said, let's see what progress we did make. So as you can see, I finished 2 colors last night. I finished 334 on both pages, and I also finished 169. So most of this is a mix of 414. No, sorry, I finished 334 and 160. And so most of this is 414 and 169. So I'm actually starting with the 169 because that's that color right up there. And there's a few, like down here, there's a few other colors that are mixed because this is, you can kind of tell it's a new brush stroke. But so it should go fairly quickly, I think, since most of it is the 2 colors, but we'll see. I'm just basically stitching all day, and we'll kind of see where we get to. I decided not to go on my stitchy group today to try to catch up on Flosstube / YouTube, because I'm still a little out of sorts, which I always am from vacation, but at least I was able to sleep well, and yeah. So I'll check in with you guys all tomorrow, and we will see how much progress I get. Hey guys, welcome back. It is Sunday the 8th, and it is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am going to start stitching for the day, but I actually got more progress last night than I thought I would. I might have broken a record. I put in 866 stitches, which means I finished the row and also started the next page. So what I decided is that I am going to stitch the next row instead of trying to do the last 2 rows at the same time. But I'm also going to skip the hat so that I can just fill in the rest of the sky and then kind of save the hat as the reward at the end. So if I keep up that pace, that'd be great, but that's not going to happen. I just really got into a groove yesterday. excuse me. So I'm going to show you what it's looking like. There it is. So yeah, looking really good. Moved up all of the minders and started the next bit. So it ends right about here. And I realized I had screwed up right around here. This is too far left because what had happened is I had put a stitch outside of the border. So like I had a stitch like right here. So I just snipped that, pulled it out. I'm gonna leave this section right here and just fudge it. But luckily all the denser stitching around here is correct. Yeah, so I'm going to just work on that. We are about 500 stitches or so, I think, away from doing the yearly, and then I'm going to start the monthly extra credits, so, which are the monsters, and I usually do one set of each. And what I didn't tell you guys was that the reason I wasn't stitching in Arizona was because I wanted to use that time to update, research, all that stuff for my baby registry so that we could finish that out, which I pretty much did. So even though it wasn't a good use of stitchy time, it was a good use of regular time. So, but that's why I got pushed so far back with my stitching, but it's fine. That being said, my next trip will be early September, like the first week for my cousin's wedding shower. We're gonna go to Colorado for that. So until then, I'm just going to work and stitch as much as I can, and we'll see what progress I can make. So thank you guys all for hanging out with me. Thank you for all of your likes. Thank you for subscribing if you have, or if you have been for a while. We're going to start off the next vlog with lots of, hopefully, progress. New row. We're currently sitting at, I think we're like 92.65%. Yes. So we have about 16,000 stitches left, I think. Half of which pretty much is, sorry, hair stuck to my lip gloss. Half of which is 414. So that's the color I started in the next page, and I will continue on with for the next little bit. But these next pages should see a lot more colors in them, or at least a lot more blue. But yeah, so thank you for everything. I hope you guys all enjoyed. This should be a more fun video, I'm hoping. And I will see you guys all in the next one with lots more progress.